Today, I will be informing you on a rapper who has affected the rap industry, the rap genre. On June 16, 1971, in New York, Tupac Shakur was born. For those who have not heard of Tupac, he was known for his rap music in the late 1970s. Shakur was raised by his single mother and his single mother had been part of the Black Panther group and had actually almost birthed her Tupac in jail. Tupac had a short lifespan, and his career in the rap industry was even shorter, only lasting about 5 years. Now, what makes Tupac stand out from other rappers, you might ask? Well, he had a way with his lyrics that made him relatable to anyone who may have heard, who would have listened to his music during the time. Tupac showed his emotions, was able to show his emotions to his mother through music that helps us understand his struggles as a kid in school. Uh, One of his more popular songs, which was called Dear Mama, showed so much appreciation towards his mother that the song really makes you think. Tupac had a tough past, as he explains. A little a quote or specific verse that I pulled out from the song was him saying, "Suspended from school and scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys, breaking all the rules." Now, that basically means that at a young age he was hanging around thugs. He was causing trouble, but in the end, he was just trying to help his family. Well, especially helping his mother with money since his father just wasn't around. Another quote from his song, "And there's no way," that I pulled out was "And there's no way I can pay you back." But my plan is to show you that I understand you are appreciated. So this is pretty self-explanatory, but it does sort of inform us as the listener that he really, he really does care about his mother, and only reading about the music does not do it justice. His music is truly really unique. Um, so you just kind of gotta think about listening to this music back in time rather than now, because now it's rap music is a little bit different. It's sort of been evolving um, rapidly, so maybe the music doesn't mean a whole lot now, but it did back then. Back then was a bit tougher for colored people, just due to like all the police brutality and a lot of stigmas were kind of set out. But regardless, his music has been pretty relevant to this day, even though his music may not be like popular as it once was. But his music is still pretty relevant to the things that still happen today. Um, in one of his songs, that's called "Changes," he makes many references to drugs, difficulties in the ghetto, and how black people are treated by the police. All of those references are still very relevant to this day because those references they all still continue, and it's it's true. We hear it all over TV, on social media, on the news, everywhere. It just, maybe it's slowed down, or maybe we just don't hear about it as much, but it's still, the music is still pretty relevant. Now, Tupac wanted to see change, as he says, another little quote or verse that I pulled out, saying that we got to start making changes, learn to see me as a brother instead of two distant strangers. Now, that is really about the line that separates people because of color and how it affects people in the long term, as we still see today. Now, Tupac closes his song with a quote saying, "Some things just never change," which can make people think about how nothing has really changed. This song, his music was made in the late 1970s, early maybe 1980s, and which may have not been too long ago, but it's been some time, and the music still relates. Anybody can listen to this and really feel be able to feel related to Tupac himself in a sort of fashion. Well, whether good or bad, rap expresses. Tupac was able to express how he feels and to relate to people, and he's really been able to do that with his music, no doubt. But he was still, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinion, that he will still be considered a legend in music history. Thank you for listening.